Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War II, World at War. This is episode number 78 of our Let's Play series, playing as the Allies. We are into 1946, we're about to move into February of 1946. The American invasion of Japan is well underway, and we're pushing east from Hiroshima on our way to Osaka, which has recently been nuked, and we are also trying to stave off defeat in Russia. It is likely a foregone conclusion that Russia will fall, if not this turn, then very soon, because the winter is almost over, as we're about to move, as I said, into February of 1946. The Soviets have held on valiantly, keeping large elements of German forces at bay, but once the Soviets fall, depending on how the enemy splits up Japan, the USSR, it could lead to a German invasion of Great Britain, I think. We are preparing for that eventuality. We're bringing in large numbers of American fighters, some British fighters. We have jet fighters all around. We have a few tactical air units as well, and we also have a large portion of our fleet there, although the German Navy is being built up pretty dramatically as well and could pose a serious challenge to us. An invasion is certainly possible, although I have been given some indications from some different followers that Germany doesn't know how to invade Great Britain late in the war, so I guess we'll see if that's true or not. With that being said, we're about to hit the end turn button, so let's just jump right back in. This was taken from a stream on my Twitch channel from a little over a week ago, so let's get back into this thing. Soviet troops suffering some attrition with no supplies there. The Spanish Republicans carry out guerrilla attacks near Murcia. The Republicans would be on our side, right? Communist partisan activity in China. You'll love to see it. How did the Arctic colony do? Oh, you're talking to... Oh, hey, Ben. Yeah, I am streaming at an hour that you're awake. I'm streaming at an hour that anybody is awake. That's very rare. I streamed yesterday around this time, too. Not sure that that's going to become a common theme or anything, but, you know, this weekend, we were put up the Christmas tree a little while ago. You know, I put in some new locks on the garage since we recently bought this house and moved in. You know, I woke up at like 6 in the morning today because I went to bed at 8 yesterday. I had a horrible migraine, and so, God damn it, the fuckers destroyed another ship. My sub didn't even trip him up. I would have thought it would have been like usually if you run into an enemy unit you didn't see, you'll get stopped at that hex. So I didn't think they had line of sight on that sub, so I'm kind of surprised they were able to kill those Marines at sea. That's the second division we've lost at sea to the basically non-existent Japanese Navy. See, that one, the carrier there, just disrupted that cruiser. Not that I want my carriers to be dueling with enemy surface vessels, but at least they didn't kill those Commonwealth troops in their transports. Carriers providing combat air patrol over the Japanese or over the Commonwealth troops near Hong Kong. Someone's getting relieved. Yeah. We've got our Meteor jets flying out of Lido there, protecting some of those, I think they're Indian troops, or maybe New Zealanders. Oh shit, that carrier is gonna die. That air wing got on that escort carrier just got wiped out, but the ship didn't actually get damaged. Meanwhile, the carrier off the coast of China is down to 1 hit point. No! God damn it. Carriers are fucking expensive and they take forever to build. I didn't think the Japanese had the strength to do it. Meanwhile, the Germans really want to attack everywhere but Perm, apparently. They could have taken the final Soviet capital probably 3 or 4 turns ago. But they've really been just lured into attacking everything but. Alright, so they move some infantry in place of the anti-tank guns, which I am 100% okay with. I can use my armor against those. Meanwhile, we'll pull the CMF troops out of Hakone. They'll live to fight another day. Troops southwest of Perm getting hit by Germans, but not very effectively, again, because of the weather. The weather is saving our bacon, but this might be the last turn we get the winter bonus. The Germans just want to... Yeah, the thought crossed my mind, Charcoal. Are they just trying to bleed the Soviets Bleed the Soviets white? Is this like some kind of strategy just to let all the Soviet males sign up and just kill them that way? Not have to deal with partisans or things like that? Although, again, the game doesn't model partisans. Once the Soviets fall, it's like this big peaceful country, which is lull. Fuck, I lost a carrier this turn. I don't even care about the Marine division that we lost. I lost a freaking fleet carrier, an Essex carrier. God damn it. Well, shit. Okay, so Russia somehow survived another turn. I don't I titled this stream because I assumed the Soviets would fall. We lost the Wasp. Southampton, Birmingham, damage from bombing. 2nd Marine Amphibious sunk at sea. Shinhan7, thank you very much for the follow. Good to see you back after yesterday. Okay. All right, a whole bunch of intelligence that I really can't use. All right, so Rupert Fort Special Forces for the UK and Alexander HQ for the UK. Meanwhile, the U.S. gets a bunch of new units, the 12th Fighters, the 40th Tactical, the Smith Headquarters Unit, and the 39th Tactical Bombers. And then we also get the 1st Indian Army, which is going to be really important because the Germans are about to invade India from the west, we can see here. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy the 1st Indian Army near Karachi. I'm guessing the supply situation for them is going to be great. So we'll put them there. They'll begin digging in. I'm also thinking that we're going to pull this Australian headquarters and Australian troops. Both of these are Australian. Shit, I can't put them on transports. Put these guys on transports. Swing these guys around. Wow, they can go far. All right, we'll get these guys to Calcutta, or Calicut. And then we're going to throw this headquarters unit on transports as well. Get them to Tricom-Ali. And I wish I could throw these guys on transports, but I can't. All right, pull these guys back to Hong Kong. They're going to die. They're not going to get out. Let's throw these troops, the 3rd CMF, onto transports as well. Swing them also. These guys to Colombo, I guess. What's the supply situation? If I drop them there, can they reinforce? These troops can. Then we can operate them to the front. These troops can't. So I'm going to get... I guess the Australians are going to be the defenders of India against the German invasion from the west. Meanwhile, it's snowing over Japan. It just won't fucking stop snowing. Glad those... I guess it's appropriate that headquarters unit did jack shit. The problem with these troops is they're all way too crammed in. So we'll attack here. I really need the weather to clear, for fuck's sake. Alright, let's set these guys to bombers. Die, you fucks. Oh, of course. Then the cruiser pulls back into a port, which I can't do anything against. Because it's snowing in the port. And we can try and trap them in there, but... Alright, that battleship can upgrade its ASW, I guess. And anti-air. Or do we not want to do that? Alright, I just need to surround these transports with battleships, I guess. I'm actually going to hold off. These guys have no supply there, do they? 3, 5. Alright, we'll move these guys forward. I'm going to drop this HQ into Hiroshima. So the supply situation should be pretty damn good tomorrow. Well, it'll be better at least. Not as good as I'd hoped. Okay. Let's throw this army onto transports. I think they'll get a strike. Where do I want to... Give me damn good weather in Japan. Ugh. It's frustrating. I can't do anything without actual improvements to the weather. Guess we'll at least get a chance to upgrade some of our air units. Guess we'll upgrade this battleship as well. If Russia falls, you could invade through Vladivostok. Yes, I guess in theory. I'm more worried that Germany would come over the top and finish China off that way. Alright, let's get our air units upgraded or reinforced or whatever. Alright, we'll pull this. These guys are already upgraded. So we'll pull these cruisers back to get a little bit of strength, I guess. Upgrade this battleship. I guess the one thing we can do is we can try and bombard these air units here with surface vessels. Air units are particularly vulnerable to bombardments in a way that ground units are not, which is kind of funny. I guess it makes sense. A runway is more vulnerable to getting shelled probably than troops who might be dug in. You know, if I was Japan, I would just flood Korea with all my air units and then just pound the hell out of these troops out this way. I really need to... You know what's annoying is that that Commonwealth doesn't have access to long-range transports like the U.S. does. Okay. These guys... Oh, shit. Why are they sitting up there? I need to get these guys out. I need to get these guys somewhere they can replenish their air wing. I guess Nagasaki, they can do that. Okay. All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna. It's a hilarious. It's kind of funny that Monty is in the Philippines, but we can send Monty and the BAI into Japan if we have anywhere to put them. It'll be spring in Japan soon, which hopefully will give us good enough weather to do something. Where are other warships over here? Is Japan's Navy still 3 ships? It is. Okay, that's good at least. What's their Air Force at? 14 units? Germany's army at 151 units. Japan is at 76. I'm not even sure if we take Tokyo that Japan will surrender, to be honest. What's their national morale at the moment? Their morale recovered a little bit last turn from 17 to 18. That's probably because of sinking the fleet carrier, I would guess. Japan getting the full Monty. Hardy har. Alright, got this artillery unit here in the U.S. coast that I'm going to send on transports. I don't know that they'll get there without... I guess we'll send these up here toward Nova Scotia or Newfoundland and see. That'll get them close enough that they should be able to jaunt right over the Atlantic, hopefully without getting interdicted by enemy subs. The troops in Sicily will continue to just kind of hang on there. These guys at Palermo, maybe they can reinforce there. Bombard Cadiz. Move our subs up this way. I'm trying to see where Germany might have some of its naval forces. We know Germany's building a navy up. They were at 21 last we saw, and now they're at 22. It's more of just a question of where they're building it up. All right, we'll upgrade our shipping where we can. Reinforce these American destroyers. We'll see if we can't get them to level 4 ASW as well. The British battleships should at least be less vulnerable to enemy subs now that we've got level 2 or level 1 ASW. Reinforce that carrier's air group. Upgrade these guys. Okay. I'm not sure if we can get the level 4 ASW on those light cruisers or not. We'll see. Any indication of an invasion coming? Nothing so far. At least nothing out of the channel. Nothing at Le Havre, nothing in Cherbourg. I think we've already upgraded all these units here. The British Rupert Force. Oops. It's really too bad we can't deploy any of these units anywhere other than the British Isles. I mean, we'll stack the British Isles up with some good troops, I think. Ideally not on the coast where they're vulnerable to bombardment. New headquarters for the British as well. So that'll be their second HQ in their own home isles. Meanwhile, we've got new fighters and tactical bombers. The fighters we'll put in Norfolk. The tactical bombers I'm going to put on the west coast, as I think they'll be useful if I can get them anywhere in striking range of Japan. You know what I should do also is I should put this new headquarters unit in Japan, and actually, or maybe put it on Okinawa so I can supply these guys, because they're pretty low on supplies. So if I put them at Naha, I might be able to get my supplies up enough that I can bombard, although they're going to be way far away. Okinawa would be greatly preferable. Let's swap this garrison unit up so I can throw these guys on transports, and then we can operate an air unit into Okinawa. I don't even know where I want to put that Polynesian garrison. I don't know where you're going. You're just going to sail around for a little bit till I figure out what to do with you. This is not a mod. This is the base game. Okay. All right, so those guys will be ready to move out next turn. We'll put one of those air units. I don't know. The problem is the supply. I don't quite understand the supply of forward-based islands. Like if I put a headquarter unit in Saipan, I don't think that influences the supply up at undersupplied attached to HQ. So I don't know. Do I need to put a headquarters unit on Iwo Jima? well, I mean, that'll give them 10 supply, so that would be good for the forward-based air unit. But, like, how do I... If I put them in the Marianas, will that supply forward? I'm not quite sure how the logistics in this game work. I understand that supply centers are where supply generates, so you can kind of see here, there's 5 supply here, 5 supply here, and you can chain supply with different headquarters. What I am not clear on is how logistics work on... how they work on the islands. Because I have no headquarters here, obviously. You can see the supply situation is better in the Japanese, on the Japanese home islands, where I've got 2 headquarters units, but I'm not quite sure how to chain supply forward on the islands. So, we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the U.S. this turn. Can't remember, did we do China? Pull these guys back. China has quite a few troops up near Umrichi. The Japanese aren't really making a push there, although the Germans could definitely invade once Russia capitulates. Trying to build a defense up here in western India. I'm hoping the Germans just don't have the logistical support to invade from Iran. They'd need to move some serious headquarters down that way. That Special Forces unit was supposed to do okay. They had supply and everything. I really should have just abandoned Burma. That would have given Singapore to Japan too, though. That would have been a bad idea. It's just frustrating. All right. So I think now it's more about, let's see, we didn't do Russia yet. Reinforce these guys here. These guys are dug in at level 3, so that'll be nice. Reinforce the troops east of Perm. Reinforce the troops at Sverdlovsk. It's going to be March next turn, so I suspect that... I mean, I thought last turn for sure was going to be the last turn, but I suspect this will actually be the last turn. For the Soviets, we've got 101 MPPs. We might as well spend it so that the Germans don't get to plunder it, even if we never see the unit that we buy. Shock army versus German cavalry. Fighting retreat down here. The German troops, interestingly, this Panzer unit's morale is really low. Some of these German units have very low morale, which is very interesting because Germany's national morale is really high right now. If we take a look at the graphs here, we go to national morale. Germany's national morale is off the charts at 126. Compare that the U.S. is at 75. The British are at below 50. Russia is at 17. Japan is at 18. So the national morale of everybody but Germany is in the tank. So the thing I did here is I did give the Germans a bonus in this game. So just as a reminder, we gave the Germans a +1 national morale bonus, and I think they also get like a 10% economic bonus as well. So the Germans definitely started out buffed in this game. Chinese Special Forces. I love the name of that Chinese Special Forces unit. Dare to die. All right, we'll buy that. 175 research, I guess for India maybe. Not so much tanks or fighters. Maybe command and control. Or logistics. I'm assuming command and control will help their morale. Might be an invalid assumption. Meanwhile, the British have 217. We've already kind of spent that money, so the British don't have anything I think we need to research. Maybe ASW, but we're already kind of researching that. Maybe anti-air, we're already kind of researching that. What can we buy with 217? Anything worthwhile? Buy a new core. Could buy some paratroopers. What about anti-air? Let's do that. I don't need mobility. So buy an anti-air unit there. Let's buy 2. We'll upgrade it when it comes. So buy 2 anti-air units we'll get in May of 46. That may help against the Germans when they invade England. Or the British Isles, I should say. Meanwhile, for the U.S., 870. So we've lost a couple of Marine divisions. Doesn't let me rebuild them for cheaper, which is different, I guess. But we're gonna build 2 new Marine divisions for the U.S. The Americals also got destroyed. The Americans don't get a bonus, I guess. When their units get destroyed, unlike the other countries, they don't get to rebuild them for less. So 2 corps as well. So 2 corps of infantry, 2 special forces divisions, if you will. And then we've obviously got all of these other units that are already under construction. So the U.S. is building up pretty heftily. Did these guys already move? Yeah. All right, and then we place these units here. So I guess it's just moving forward to the next turn, and we'll have to see what happens as we move into March of 46. I keep saying it, and it continues to not happen. So I will say it once again. This turn will be the final turn of the Soviet Union. It's just my guess. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. We have continued to get bad weather in Japan. We've lost a Marine division off the coast of Japan, and Russia continues to cling to life. That's sort of as a quick summation of this turn, and where we'll pick things up next time. Until next time, however, this is the Historical Gamer once again saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.